This is the Iran deal that no one saw coming, and Trump is gonna be pissed. Plus, it's got some fascinating implications for Bitcoin. Plus, I've got some great Bitcoin charts for you. We've got a lot of crypto charts today, actually. Stocks are closed, so it's an all crypto day after we get through our sweet macro news. Let's go. So, first and foremost, Marco Rubio, if Europe won't let us use their bases, then we ought to close them down. Well, Europe's response so far has been that Spain's closed their airspace to U.S. ships on the way, U.S. aircraft on the way to Iran to blow things up. Italy's done it. France has done it. Switzerland's done it. Poland has said, no, you cannot have our Patriot missile batteries. They're ours, and we're guarding NATO's Eastern Front against Russia because America's already taken their Patriot missile batteries out of South Korea because apparently they went into this war with a major military power like Iran without having adequate ammunition. Good job. UK, Canada, Germany, Australia, Japan, not our war, not interested. Although all of these countries have said, and here's the very interesting thing, you gotta listen to this. All of these countries have said that they will work together to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, but they didn't say how. Check out this next story. This is too good, guys. A container ship signaling French ownership has exited the Strait of Hormuz in what appears to be the first known transit by a vessel linked to Western Europe since the war all but shuttered the vital waterway. The Strait of Hormuz is reopening for French ships. And they didn't have to send a single military vessel. They didn't have to start a war. They didn't have to blow anything up. They probably just paid the toll. Manila says Iran will now allow Filipino ships to transit through the Strait of Hormuz. Good news. Here's the thing. Iran was very clear. Anybody except the Israel and the United States, it is the Israel now apparently, so everybody except for those two countries can use the strait. All you have to do is pay a toll. So if you're France, you're sitting there looking and like, où est la baguette? And then you think about, okay, with Strait of Hormuz situation. And you think, okay, well, we could send in the French Navy, send in a bunch of French, fighter jets, and maybe a bunch of people get killed, and we spend, I don't know, billions of dollars trying to reopen the strait, or we could just pay $2 million per tanker ship and just, the straits are open for us. Not our problem anymore. We'll just send our ships through. It's all good. America, they can figure it out later. It's interesting. It's interesting because in order to go through the Strait of Hormuz right now, through the Iranian-controlled section, you have two payment options. A suitcase full of Chinese yuan, I'm sure they take bank transfers too, or crypto. And of course, they're not going to use USDT or USDC because those can both be frozen. Happened many times before. So what are they going to accept payment in? The corn, man. Good old nasty, dirty Bitcoin. The petro Bitcoin is upon us, my friends. It's here. It's happening. No, it's a crazy story. Donald Trump single-handedly turning every NATO ally against America. Straits of Hormuz, interestingly, now in control of Iran, who charges $2 million per ship in yuan or Bitcoin. The era of the petro yuan, realistically petro yuan, is upon us. Fascinating. Anyway, Iran's decided to share the control of the Strait of Hormuz with Oman, which has been a close ally for a long time. They're the key country working for peace negotiations. It's interesting. The future of the strait will be determined by Iran and Oman. Basically, they're going to set up a toll booth. You can choose which one you want to go through. I don't know. It's interesting. What a result. Kamal Karzai has been seriously wounded after strikes hit his home, killing his wife. This was the guy who was the lead negotiator involved in back-channel efforts with Pakistan to arrange a potential meeting between Iranian officials and J.D. Vance. Seems like somebody, I don't know who, but somebody, an unnamed country somewhere, probably doesn't want a peace deal. They want the war to continue. Fascinating. Oil finished yesterday at $112 a barrel, right in our area of price resistance. This is the market pricing in the worst possible outcomes this weekend. So far, 3 o'clock UAE time, El Donado has not put boots on the ground in Iran. Now, there was a huge purge of generals last night in America. Pete Hegseth fired a whole bunch of different U.S. generals. The running theory is that these generals were saying, this is not a good idea. We don't want to send, Marines onto these islands. It's going to be a slaughter fest, yada, yada, yada. So you fired. They got fired. It's interesting. This is the market pricing in uncertainty over the weekend. Let's look for a Monday morning Trump taco. El Donaldo loves the tacos, man. So that would calm the markets, of course, because you can't have bond yields surging. Currently no trade open over here on BitUnix. I need to do something, though. Been a quiet week trading. I've just been sitting out the chop of this week as every headline seems to just send things ripping in one direction or the other. It's been a tricky trading environment, in my opinion. If you want to join me trading over on BitUnix, though, there is a link down below where you can get signed up. Okay, just because I'm not trading today doesn't mean I won't be trading again soon. I'll be sharing those trades with you when I open them up, as always. Link down below where you can get started. You can trade from anywhere in the world, so it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, what you do. You can trade on BitUnix. They got the coins you want to trade. They got the liquidity that you need. You can long, you can short. All to your heart's desire. When you deposit $1,000, you're going to get $200 back. When you deposit $2,000, you're going to get $400 back. These are exclusive deals that you get only using my link down below in the description. Go check it out. Thank you very much. So, promised you some Bitcoin charts. Here's your hopium. Quentin sharing this great chart here. 2018 buy zone, 2020 buy zone, 2022 buy zone, 2026 buy zone. One channel to rule them all. The next target is $420,000. It'd be fitting. 69K, 420K. It's really just Elon controlling the markets at this point, isn't it? 69, 420. The whole asset class is a meme apparently anyway, so why not the next market peak at $420,000? That'd be perfect, to be honest. Bitcoin's in the bottoming phase since Mr. Crypto, expecting price to stay around this level for a little while. You can see previously bottoming phases took like a year to play out. Might take a while, or not. This time does not have to be like last time, even though for some reason we're following the 4-year cycle almost slavishly at this point. Anyway, slavishly, not slavishly. Check this out. This is an interesting chart. So, from the previous all-time high break to the bear market bottom, okay? This one actually came in a little bit over here, but okay. Anyway, you get the idea. Generally takes around 23 months, approximately. So you can see that played out here, 17 to the 18 bottom. You can see it played out here, and 20 to the 22 bottom. Is it playing out here again? Now, this is a pretty meme-based idea, which, just some random shit drawn on charts here, essentially. But so is the 4-year cycle. There's literally no reason that Bitcoin magically topped the exact number of days after the Bitcoin halving, except that everybody just believes in the meme. There's no logical rationale behind it. Anyway, if that's the case, guess what? Guess where 23 months is? It's February. The bottom was in February, and now we're in the accumulation zone. Interesting. Of course, if a global depression happens, this is just a line on a chart somewhere, man. Bitcoin on the daily continues to reject here at this localized downtrend line, but it's just sticking also right on the end of this channel. So this is the lower end of a price channel we've been in for a long time here. Price action now is looking very interesting, because it's just been glued right to this line, essentially. We haven't had any major acceleration in breakdown. This is the market telling you that it's feeling very uncertain about what's going to happen in Iran over the weekend, for example, but that is not yet pricing in the end of the world. Okay, so here's what to watch out for. If we get a break above here, so let's say around $68,000, that probably then runs us back up to the upper end of this channel, which is at around $76,000, $77,000. Be a decent trade if it plays out. We'll see how it goes, of course. ETH still trading in its channel, keeps getting rejected here at the 50-day EMA. But hey, good news is kind of been having some good interactions around the 20-day EMA, not above it currently, but let's just say showing a little more strength compared to some of the other coins right now. But anyway, there's your key level for ETH. It's showing us, the market's showing us its hand. We need a daily close above $2,150. That would probably take out the 50-day EMA and then get started towards the 200, which is so far up you can't even see it unless I zoom in here. It's at $2,700. It's crazy stuff, man. Solana continues to show a lot of weakness. Came down to our second target that we mapped out last week for you guys, okay? Came back down to the second short target here at $77. Bounced a little bit off that. Definitely one of the weaker looking ones of the majors currently. Hey, remember that crazy coin that went up to like $2 billion market cap and nobody had any idea what it was? Pepperidge Farm remembers. It's now at zero. If only you had somebody to tell you not to buy some random bullshit coin that went up 1,000% in like a day or something like that. This guy did. Here it is. It's now at zero. You're welcome, America. Could Zcash be back on the menu? Chamath has noticed Zcash does 24/7 research perspective. His all-in podcast host Jason Calacanis was a huge factor behind the Bit Tensor pump. Dedicated a full podcast episode to it, then tweeted about it consistently. These guys carry real influence in San Francisco, Palo Alto, etc. They were in early on like Solana too. They were super early in Solana investors, shilled the living crap out of it. These guys love getting in early on some crypto, shilling the living crap out of it, and then dumping the heck out of it. Game is game, sir. Anyway, if Chamath starts leaning to Zcash, it can become a narrative very quickly. This in response to Chamath saying, I'm studying it being Zcash in this example. Zcash pretty beaten down right now, but all it took was one effing tweet from Naval Ravikant. At, what was it, $50 at the time, sent it up to $80 on that one tweet, and then everybody piled into it. Now, there was rumors, I think Mark Moss said he got an email that there was going to be this big coordinated undisclosed marketing push for Zcash, which resulted in it going up to $700+ because it was obviously the new paradigm money at the time, and it was going to go to $10,000. Do you remember that? Do you guys remember that? I remember. Larko remembers. Anyway, obviously, I should have longed the heck out of it on the Naval tweet, but people who are up here buying it at $500, $600, like, man, it's crazy stuff. Anyway, here we are. Is the crazy train going to go for a second round? Well, I think in the current market conditions, it's a big ask, okay, to see any coin have that kind of outperformance at this particular moment. But this is definitely a coin that has the pump cabal behind it, let's say. And if Chamath and Jason Calacanis start pumping it on the All In podcast, I could see another nice round coming in here for this bad boy. And chart-wise, it doesn't look horrific. I know it's down massively from its all-time highs, don't get me wrong, but it has been trading more above the 20-day EMA recently than kind of not, okay? So it's showing that it's starting to build a little bit of momentum back up. The EMAs are bottoming out. They're flatlining. They're no longer in this sort of terminal 45-degree crash down. The real test, would we get it above $275? That's the 200-day EMA. Above that, probably new uptrend in play here. So anyway, that's it. Guys, we're not in the inner circle yet. Join the inner circle. It's effing awesome. I know I tell you about it all the time. In case you're new around here, this is our private investor and trading community. We'd love to see you in there. We give long and short calls on crypto, stocks, metals. In fact, we've got some killer trades on Zcash as an example. You're going to get regular stock reports, altcoin reports. You'll get our AI tools, and much, much more. The value is absolutely insane. We'd love to see you in there. It's $50 a month, but you get a 7-day free trial. So you can come in, test our AI tools, look at our trade setups, make your own calls, and if it's worth it or not. Thank you very much. I'll see you back in the next one. Peace.